Hello there, you're watching Lunchtime News and we are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studio here in Colombo with nothing but the news that matters. First up, a look at the headlines.
Demonstration in Salava against the failure to renovate houses damaged in the army camp explosion. 2 persons arrested for illegally importing cigarettes. Gatekeepers of unprotected crossings on strike. 500,000 rupees as compensation for three-wheel drivers killed in motor accidents. 4 officers dead, suspect arrested after snipers shoot at Dallas rally.
A protest was staged by the residents in Salava obstructing the Colombo-Avisavala main road from 6 a.m. today.
The protest was being staged against the failure of the government to grant the monthly compensation of 50,000 rupees and the failure to reconstruct the houses which were affected by the explosion.
Not even a drop of water has been provided to those victimized by this incident. Not even 5 cents have been provided as compensation to rebuild these houses. We request that action be taken to help these people rebuild their houses and help reconstruct their livelihoods. This is the official government compensation estimate for a 2-storied building. It does not even bear the government seal. This paper does not bear any validity. Who issued this? Did someone with responsibility visit these areas? Why is there no seal or signature on this? Please conduct an inquiry and give us a report on your findings.
Motorists had to use alternative routes owing to the protests that were staged obstructing the Colombo-Avisavala road. However, Deputy Inspector General of the Sabaragamu province, Rohan Das, said that the road is now open for motorists following the protests coming to an end. Protesters dispersed, stating that they will stage a demonstration once again if solutions are not provided in 2 days.
Onto a headline-making story now. The Unprotected Railway Crossing Gatekeepers Association says that the trade union action commenced by the association will continue.
Secretary of the association, Nimal Chandrasiri, said that even though they had informed the officials on a number of occasions regarding their grievances, which includes a salary increase, none of these grievances had been addressed thus far.
The protest will be staged until we see a wage hike. This is a 24-hour job which is carried out by 3 people with 8 hours of work clocked in each day. All we hope is for a good wage. This area should be protected as there are many unfamiliar people who pass by. If the gates are closed, they will not pass. We are very much on high alert when working here. The gates are closed only when we hear a noise. We work here very cautiously. The Treasury and the Department of Police have been informed by us of the situation faced by the unprotected railway crossing gatekeepers, mentioning that these 2,067 workers do not belong to the Department of Railways. They are being provided with money by the Police Department, which was initially from the Treasury. We have provided a report to the Police Department and the Treasury about increasing the wage by 5,000 rupees following the discussions. Secretary to the Ministry has also been notified to formulate a cabinet bill for a gazette notification. Therefore, measures are being taken in this regard. The workers at the Department of Railways were advised to be dispatched at these level crossings on a temporary basis. We would like to request the general public to exercise caution when crossing these level crossings.
The police say that plans are being made to provide a compensation of 500,000 rupees to a 3-wheeler driver who was killed in a motor accident.
DIG Traffic Amritsar Senaratne states that this plan will be implemented together with the Western Province Provincial Council. He went on to note that 3 passengers travelling in the 3-wheeler will be paid 300,000 rupees as compensation. DIG Traffic Amritsar Senaratne added that the program will be implemented by the end of this year.
Convening a media briefing in Colombo yesterday, the Jatika Helloru Mayor commented on the private medical college in Malawi.
The medical fraternity, especially the Medical Officers Association, have expressed diverse views about issues surrounding the private medical college in Malawi. However, it appears that the Ministry of Higher Education has employed a policy to turn a blind eye towards this issue. Relevant policymakers and other officers are also following a very silent policy with regard to this. By letting this issue get out of hand, we reckon that this could create a massive issue within the society.
They say a house is made of bricks and beams, but a hope is made of hopes and dreams. What would happen to you if your home was destroyed under tragic circumstances? Now, this is a story from Piliyandala, where a sudden fire that erupted in a house resulted in the residents being left with only the clothes on their back.
This house that erupted in flames last morning provided shelter to a family of 4 for a number of years. Its breadwinner, Unprotected Way, who provided for his family by engaging in hard labor, never dreamed that this would be the fate of his home. His 2 children engaged in their studies and sports from the comforts of this home. Even though they left for school that morning with much hope, this is the scene that met their eye when they returned home that afternoon.
All 3 of us are left with whatever we are wearing. We lost all the books, school materials, clothes and so many other things. It's all burnt. There's no point talking about it.
Unprotected, who is now left without any hope, has a gigantic task ahead of him in terms of reconstructing his home. My sister's books are there as she took them to school. She even has a school uniform. Suddenly my mother informed us that the house is on fire. My textbooks and clothes are all burnt. Everything has burnt to the ground. My children can't engage in their studies. I survive with a daily wage. When I got back home from work, the house was no more. Clothes and schooling material were all destroyed. In the immediate aftermath of the fire, they were left with only the clothes they were wearing. However, today, all they have been left with is the road, with nowhere else left for them to go.
Parliamentarian Rohit Abegunawardena convened a media briefing at the party office in Kalutara.
Lanka ඉතිහාසයේ 88 89 JVP කාලේ විතරයි කඩවෙව්.
It is during the time of the JVP between 1988 and 1989. The shops in the country were closed and when shopkeepers were given small shops as compensation. Now how will they close the shops? Are all these members SLF peers? No. They are all a collective of businessmen. These are the businessmen who spent all their money to bring the good governance government into power. These businessmen who spent their money for this are now saying that the government should be sent home. This government is destroying the people. They don't take the local businessmen into consideration. The Ministry of Finance is skimming from the people. They are like the ones who pickpocket in Fort.
ඒ කියන්නේ හිතුණා නම් ගෙරුවා. මේ හවසට හිතෙනවා. හවසට හිතිච්ච ගමන් ගහන්න ඕන අහබල් ව්‍යාපාරට කියලා උදේ වෙනකොට ගහලා.
2 suspects have been arrested along with a stock of illegal cigarettes imported to Sri Lanka in the Argambe area in Pothuwil. Police say that the stock of illegal cigarettes was seized while being transported in a lorry. The arrested suspects are 34-year-old and 46-year-old residents of the Beliatta area. 23 packets of cigarettes with 4,620 cigarettes in total have been seized by the police. The suspects are to be produced before the Pothuwil Magistrates Court later today. Leader of the Janathatha Peramuna, Venerable Bhattaramulle Silaratna Thera, expressed these views at a rally held in Bogalapassa in Tissamaharama yesterday.
After imposing VAT, you won't make any use of your earnings. You won't even have money to educate your children because of the exorbitant taxes and the inability to do anything. This eventually causes a sense of helplessness among everyone, including the children and the parents. This is not for the people. Think very carefully in the future about whom you should cast your vote for. Find out who the eligible person is and evaluate whether that person is here to destroy us or nurture us.
94th National Athletics Championships 2016 kicked off at the Diagama Mahindra Rajapaksa Stadium today. The champions is a final hurdle faced by the local athletes in order to qualify for the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. Over 10,000 sportsmen and women are competing in the 94th National Athletics Championships 2016. The finals of the long jump and discus throw are to take place today, organised by the Athletic Association of Sri Lanka. The championships will come to a close on Sunday. Well, that brings us to the end of lunchtime news. Remember, to stay ahead, you need to stay close to News First. For that, you simply need to log on to our website, www.newsfirst.lk, or if you want to keep a closer tab of the stories followed here at News First, you can follow our Twitter handle at newsfirst_en. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Good day.